Today on Florida Sport Fishing.
Drop down to the bottom, whack, whack, whack.
And they are wicked looking, man.
Scorpion fish. It's what's for dinner.
Hey, what is that? Tentacles on my neck? Are you kidding me?
Just his tail.
Dude.
Ho-ho, what on?
CV Boats presents Florida Sport Fishing, television for the avid angler. Powered by Mercury Marine.
Oh, got one on, got one on. There's a sailfish, already got a bite. Ridiculous.
Another one on, another one on. Woo! That's what it's all about right there. Yeah. Oh, look at that, look at that.
Florida Sport Fishing TV utilizes and proudly endorses GOST, the global leader in boat security, monitoring, tracking, and surveillance. MotorGuide, the most dependable trolling motors on the water. VMC, tired of missed strikes? Fish the hooks the pros fish. Fish VMC. Rugged Shark, technical footwear designed for angling and boating enthusiasts. Ocean LED, for quality, high-performance underwater lighting, turn to Ocean LED.
Hey guys, welcome to Florida Sport Fishing TV. I'm Captain Mike. I'm here with my co-host, Captain Carlos Rodriguez.
What's going on, guys?
We're aboard our CV370Z today, and we've got an absolutely awesome episode in store. We're going to be heading offshore looking for a really exotic species called a scorpion fish. Yeah. These things are absolutely wicked.
They're cool, man. I mean, way cool looking.
Yeah, the colors on them, you know, the way that these fish look, members of the scorpion fish family.
Big old eyeballs.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just a specialized predator that hunts on the bottom and anywhere from 800 to 1,200 feet below the surface.
Extremely aggressive. Too.
Really? Oh yeah, they certainly are. Yeah. They're not the largest fish. They'll only average maybe 1 to 3 pounds. You catch one over 3 or 4 pounds, that's certainly a full-grown fish. But what they lack in quality, as far as size is concerned, they certainly make up for in quantity. I mean, catching 2, 3 at a time is not uncommon when you get on top of them.
That bottom's carpeted with them, pretty much. Yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about tackle, we're going to talk about technique, we're going to talk about using our electronics to actually key in on where these fish are located and staying on top of them. We're going to talk about bait. And equally as important, we're also going to be doing some testing, Carlos. It's a new Daiwa Tanacom Power Assist reels.
Yeah, they look awesome.
They really do. I know you used some of these reels at Pulley Ridge before. I've used some of these reels, but we just got our hands on the latest version. So we're going to go out here, see how well they perform. I'm pretty excited to see how.
I'm stoked, man.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be awesome. So we're just looking for some little bonitas or little blackfins. Putting out a couple of planers, just a couple of small feathers. There's a whole assortment of wrecks in this area, anywhere from 50 to about 250 feet. We're just gonna zigzag around the wrecks, and I know there's some bonitas around here, see if we can pick off a few. There we go. That's a nice looking bait right there. Just a little bullet bonita. You're gonna make some good deep drop bait, pal.
Yes, sir.
All bonitas. That's exactly what we're looking for. All right, well, we definitely caught enough baits and we ran out here, just getting to the area. What's interesting about this, there's like a plateau right out here, Carlos, that's at about, I would say 800 feet, and then it slopes right down here.
Gradually?
Just gradually to about 850.
Yeah.
And then just to the north of us, it actually plummets to about 1,200 feet right up there. You can see.
Pretty much.
Yeah, there's almost like a canyon just to the north of us. And right up on this edge here, you know, it seems like they stack up on this edge. I haven't fished this area in quite a while, but if my calculations are right, I think that they might be here.
Should be chewing?
Yeah, they should be chewing. I mean, again, you're right in between that plateau, and then you're right on the edge of that drop off, and then we've got, like I said, just to the north, that deeper drop off. And I mean, I have to stress, guys, you know, these scorpion fish, they're structure oriented.
Prime habitat.
Really, yeah, it really is. And, you know, it's not like you're looking for a wreck or even a reef. But out here, what you're looking for are these depressions and the slopes and the hills and, you know, all of those different changes in bottom contours, which fortunately, this Furuno TZ Touch in the 3D mode.
Amazing.
Dude, it is amazing. I mean, we've got a clear picture of the entire ocean floor.
Yeah.
So really that's step one, you know, for catching these is location. You know, you've heard it so many times before. Location, location, location. And I'll tell you what, if you drop down on a spot where you think they're gonna be, and if you don't get bites in 5 minutes, move.
The award-winning Z Performance line from CV raises the bar. It's not just fast. It's not just fuel efficient. The CVZ is the entire package. It offers the perfect balance, safe, predictable handling during hard turns and at high speed. And most importantly, the Z stays on plane at lower speeds, so it can comfortably handle anything Mother Nature can dish out. Experience the exhilarating ride of the CVZ. Schedule a sea trial today.
Want more power and increased towing capacity? California Customs goes beyond the hitch. Let us transform your truck into the ultimate tow vehicle. 2- and 4-wheel drive, California Customs does it all. Towing accessories and load control systems, lift and leveling kits, custom wheels and tires, performance upgrades, toolboxes, and bed covers, plus all of your audio, lighting, and security needs. California Customs. Let us make your vehicle what you really wanted all along.
Chaos is tragic. Chaos can be awesome.
Yo, another one on, another one on! 3 on, baby!
With Chaos Fishing, it's your rod, your way. Quality components and personalized service from a legendary builder equal the right rod at the right price every time. Shop online for a complete selection of serious fishing equipment. Or visit Chaos's new superstore and receive a free t-shirt with every rod purchased. Chaos Fishing, gear matters.
What if navigating was as simple as touch and go? It is that simple. The world's first multi-touch MFD chart plotter, Navnet TZ Touch.
Hit the bottom, and literally the second the rig hit the bottom, whack, whack. I think I only got one on here. I'm not going to be greedy. Carlos is hooked up as well, and these things are really aggressive. So once that rig is on the bottom, as I mentioned earlier, if you don't get a bite in 5 minutes, they're not there. And usually you get a bite in 5 seconds. This is the right tackle, dude, right
Perfect.
here. You know, it's deep dropping stuff, but it's under your arm.
Yeah.
It's light.
It's still sporty, too,
Right.
you know?
You
You're
got
not
some
just
sport,
sticking it in the rod.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole outfit weighs less than 2 pounds. Oh yeah, there's some bend in the rod right there. Right there.
You know, the funny thing is, people think that because you fish with an electric, it's not work. When you got 2 pounds of lead and you got to hold it up, and you got a couple fish on the line, it becomes work. That's a good one.
And there is my first scorpion of the day. Bright orange, beautiful yellow eyes. That's about an average one. I mean, there's certainly gonna see some smaller ones and you're gonna see some bigger ones. About 1 pound or 2. But I mean, look how gorgeous that fish is. He's got some purple stuff coming out of him. I'm not even gonna ask what that is. His fins. I mean, I just can't get over how absolutely awesome they look. It's very similar. In Alaska, they catch these yellow eye rockfish that look exactly like this. Put him on ice and catch a couple more.
Pros Tip, presented by Pelagic High Performance Offshore Gear, official apparel of Florida Sport Fishing TV.
The key to this whole fishery, one of the most important aspects is the line, the braid. We talked about it earlier, we're fishing 50-pound braid. Without that braid, there's absolutely no way that you can get your rig down there and do this effectively. This diamond braid, 50-pound test, super thin, super sensitive, very little stretch. Allows you to feel every bite. And it really applies to all deep drop fishing. You've got to fish braid. Everything from, you know, if you're targeting vermilions or broadbill swordfish, you've got to fish braid. But it's really important that you've got a top shot of monofilament on top of that braid. When you're deep dropping 50 to 100 feet at the bare minimum, and that top shot, may it be 80 or 100-pound test, acts like a shock absorber. It's elastic. And from those fish coming up and down, that sinker bouncing up and down, the boat rocking up and down, if you don't have that shock absorber, you're gonna pull hooks. That's the bottom line. And there are no size limits on these blackbelly rosefish, these scorpion fish. There's no bag limit, so it's easy to get carried away. Be careful that you don't do that. I mean, they're a little bit of a pain to fillet, but certainly worth it. You get a beautiful little white meat fillet comparable to any snapper or grouper. A lot of people favor these over the snapper and grouper because it's such a deep water fish. That meat is really tender and flaky. So I mean, you know, you keep a dozen, 2 dozen per person at the most, and you're fine. Down and dirty deep dropping, baby.
Man, I got a couple chunky ones here.
Oh, nice ones, dude.
Oh, he's...
Better get that thing up here. Better get him up here.
Coming up. Oh, buddy. Come on. There we go. Lovely. These are almost pretty much as big as they get.
Dude, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Nice job. I mean, that's definitely a full-grown one right there.
Yeah.
Chunky 3-pounder.
Yeah.
It's like a bass. Look at it. They're holding like a bass.
Like a deep saltwater bass.
Yeah.
But with a lot more colors.
Yeah, and a lot tastier, too.
Oh, God. Night and day. Yeah. I can't get over their eyeballs. It's just like mesmerizing. You look at their eyeball, and it's huge. It's like bigger than mine.
Mercury engine test.
Latest 115 horsepower in its class. It's good to have Mercury behind you.
I'm Captain Horace on the Desert Escape. We just got back in from fishing today. Got us a nice little wahoo. Looks like it'll probably go about 30 pounds. I'm gonna give the new Bubba Blade a try here. Man, that is like butter. Still got a good grip. It doesn't seem to be sliding out of my hand. How nice is that? Unbelievable. That right there is what makes a bigger knife so nice.
It's your turn to score big. Book a long-range adventure aboard the legendary Yankee Captains. Fish virgin waters more than 100 miles offshore for exotic queen snapper, trophy tilefish, monster grouper, and more. With a lifetime of experience, let Captain Greg Mercurio and his dedicated crew put you on a hot bite. Fish around the clock or just relax. With full galley and huge fish boxes, all you'll need to bring is your appetite for action. Now sailing from Key West year-round.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Mercury engine test.
Fuel efficiency you can rely on. It's good to have Mercury behind you.
Let me talk to you a little bit more about the rig that we're fishing here, guys. It's just a simple 3-hook deep drop rig. You can certainly buy deep drop rigs pre-made. You know, they'll work, they'll get the job done. I prefer to rig my own. Starts off with just a 150-pound snap swivel up on top. And from there, I just have a little strobe light. And then my leader itself is only about 4 or 5 feet long. The main trunk line is a 150-pound Momoy extra hard leader. The branch lines are the same. 9.0 VMC inline tournament circle hook. This is the same inline tournament circle hook that we use sail fishing, and it just makes an absolutely perfect deep drop hook as well. You'll see us use a lot of this style hook throughout the season. Right on that branch line, I put a little glow bead just to give it a little bit of a extra oomph. And you can see we connect these branch lines to the main trunk line with just a little swivel sleeve. It just slides right on the main trunk line. It allows that branch full mobility, and it also prevents twisting, and that's really important. Remember, this rig is dropping a long way down. It's coming a long way back up. Fish are spinning. The sinker itself also spins on the way down and on the way up, which is why you'll notice right on the bottom of the rig, I've got another swivel connecting that sash weight, that 2-pound sash weight, because I know that sucker's gonna spin just like that the entire way up and down, and without that barrel swivel, without that snap swivel, it's gonna destroy your rig. And that's really the key, is just a nice, simple, clean 3-hook rig. You don't need more than 3 hooks. I mean, you could fish as many as 6 hooks, but this really just gets the job done. That's it, we're baiting up with squid. We get our squid from Bionic Bait. Perfect bait squids. Doesn't have to be fancy, just put it on the hook. I mean, really, just put it on the hook. As the day progresses, we'll be fishing some of that fresh bait that we caught as well, some of the bonita, just to mix it up a little bit. Get baited up here and drop down.
Mike wasn't feeling the last spot, so we decided to make a quick wiggle and went a little shallower, and as soon as we hit the bottom here, something started investigating.
Hooked up, baby, hooked up.
Mike's hooked up too.
These Tanacom 750s, dude, are the money. Variable speed, light, powerful. I don't know, if this isn't fun, I don't know what is. You drop down to the bottom, whack, 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 and you're hooked up. That's a nice
scrapper,
one.
2 of them.
There you go. Nice double header.
2 hooks, 2 fish.
Rigging Station, presented by Diamond Fishing Products, makers of the finest monofilament and braided fishing line in the world.
Hey guys, welcome to this episode's Rigging Station. I want to talk to you a little bit more about the tackle that we were fishing today. Captain Carlos and I were out here doing some deep dropping for blackbelly rosefish. We wrecked them, had an absolutely awesome time. We were primarily fishing these really light outfits. This is an 8-foot Chaos graphite rod rated for 20 to 40 pound line, soft tip, plenty of backbone, really important. The reel itself, this Tanacom 750, I'll tell you, really exceeded our expectations. Large readout, variable speed motor, smooth drag, plenty of line capacity. It is absolutely the finest power assist reel on the market today. In addition to that, we had the reel loaded with hundreds and hundreds of yards of 50-pound diamond braid, really important. And above that, we've attached a 100-foot top shot of 100-pound diamond monofilament. We've connected that top shot with an Albright knot to a bimini twist in the braid itself. It gives us a nice streamlined presentation. From there, the end of our top shot is tied to a 150-pound ball bearing snap swivel with an improved clinch knot. And of course, we're attaching our 2, 3, or 4 hook deep drop rig with 9/0 VMC inline circle hooks right to that snap swivel. 2 or 3 pounds of lead depending on the conditions, and that's all you need. If you don't have this kind of equipment, don't discount this fishery. Come out with some of your swordfish gear or heavy duty deep drop gear, drop to the bottom, catch a bunch of fish, have a great time, take some great fish home for the dinner table, and when you get dialed in, you can always come back and purchase some of this lighter stuff. More importantly, have a great time, make sure that you add deep dropping to your arsenal, and you're gonna be a more successful angler. You know, I want to point out, guys, what's really important, I mean, use your electronics to key in on these fisheries. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you know, but in this particular scenario, I'm keeping one eye glued to the sounder. I could see those changes in bottom contours. I've got the bottom zoomed up so I can get a really close look at the bottom on my Furuno sounder. And then, of course, the chart plotter is absolutely key. And I've tracked every drift, every move that we make, I'm tracking. So I know I can go right back on top of it, do that same exact drift over again. I can move over a little, I can try new areas. You know, you take the mystery out of it all. It's modern technology, And it may sound trivial, but you've got to use it. You really do. And I feel that there's still a lot of anglers out there that don't really utilize their equipment to its fullest, potential. And you have to. If you want to increase your score on a daily basis, make sure that you use your equipment. Everything that machine can do, know it like the back of your hand, and you're going to be a more successful angler. Scorpion fish. It's what's for dinner. That's a good one right there. Calm down. You can see if you look down their gut why they're called blackbelly rosefish. See how their entire internal cavity is just black. Their throats, inside their stomach. I believe that's some sort of, not defense mechanism, but to avoid predation when they feed. A lot of the stuff that they feed on down there real deep has that bioluminescence, the glow. So by their entire stomach being lined in that dark color, it prevents other fish from actually seeing this fish feeding. That's a full-grown one right there.
Are you ready to get hooked up? Florida Sport Fishing is the #1 resource for the latest tips, tricks, tactics, and techniques for inshore and offshore. Each issue is jam-packed with useful articles, easy-to-follow illustrations, and award-winning photography. Only $30 for 2 years. For immediate home delivery, visit floridasportfishing.com/TV. Subscribe today and receive a free shirt and Florida Sport Fishing Hoorag.
Fortress, the world's best anchors. Stronger, faster, lighter. High-tech aluminum alloy makes Fortress anchors the easiest to handle. Precision machining and sharpening results in the fastest setting anchor. Fortress buries deep for the strongest holding power. With 8 models from 4 to 69 pounds, there's a Fortress anchor for you. Fortress, stronger, faster, lighter.
Florida Sport Fishing TV utilizes and proudly endorses Salt Life Sport Optics. Ask for them by name and see what you've been missing. Tropic Trailer, Florida's largest dealer, has the right trailer at the right price. BoatOutfitters.com, a huge selection of tackle storage units to keep your gear organized and your lines tight. Dr. Dan's, from lip balm to sunblock, a complete skincare line designed for anglers and boaters. Frigid Rigid, from 35 to 300 quarts, the finest coolers and freezers on the water.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, if this isn't fun.
They're all big too.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Big. The second one's real big.
There we go.
That's probably the biggest one I've ever seen.
Oh, stop.
Seriously, that thing's a monster.
Get out.
It's a guppy.
Hey, you know what?
Look at that.
That's a fatty.
Donkey.
That's a fatty. And that's a dinky. Two
donkey
fatties
and dinky?
And a dinky. But we'll take them. Right there for sure. Hey, you think those VMC circle hooks work?
Like a charm.
Yep. I'll let you decide. Look at her spitting up water. I mean, they
that's when they're pissed off.
You are not going to come out here and do this and not get dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but...
Water, sponge.
That's what he ate.
They ate it, right?
He ate it, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. Let's get this one off the hooks. Another beautiful specimen of a blackbelly rosefish. That is a nice one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
There's some nice ones down there. I mean, you got to pick through them. You got to get through all the little ones. And again, relatively speaking, I mean, it's not a giant, but as far as this species is concerned, that's a full-grown, beautiful blackbelly rosefish. Has to be one of the coolest, prettiest fish.
Unquestionably,
right? I mean,
yeah.
With the little thorns, they got little like spikes right there. Look, listen, here, listen. It's like an armor coating, dude, on their entire head.
Like a plating?
Listen.
Yeah.
crazy. Big fat belly, beautiful fins. Oh boy. And that is what it's about, baby, right there.
Yeah.
Regarding bait, guys, you know, these scorpion fish are pretty much scavengers. They'll eat just about anything that they can because their food supply down there isn't all that great. So they've learned to feed on shrimp, squid, shellfish. I mean, again, pretty much anything they can catch. We're fishing just a couple of different baits, some whole squid. Can't go wrong with squid with any type of bottom fishing and certainly any type of deep dropping. We spent some time early this morning prior to running out here catching some fresh bonitas, and these also make some really, really nice chunk baits. You don't have to cut them too large, you know, just a nice piece, and make sure you hook it through the skin. This way it stays on the hook real nice, and that's pretty much it. And I'm trying both. I'm putting some squid on and some bonita, and certainly they both seem to be working great. This was an absolute ton of fun. There's another fatty right there. Another one.
Just keep them coming. Yeah. Keep them coming.
I think we've definitely caught our fair share of blackbelly rosies. Guys, we touched on the tackle, we touched on the techniques, we touched on the baits, the electronics, location. We definitely talked a lot about the fish, and as you can see, when you get on them,
you're on them.
You're on them, baby. You can absolutely wreck them. So I think that we've done enough damage for the day. And time for us to call it quits. Dude, great
Nice
show.
job.
A lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode.
We got dinner, man.
And we've got dinner for us, the neighbors, and the neighbors' neighbors.
Fans, family, everybody. Yeah.
We're out of here.
See ya.
To learn more about the tactics and techniques seen on today's show, and to subscribe to Florida Sport Fishing Magazine, visit floridasportfishing.com and get hooked up.